All right.
How are we doing, guys?
No, we're good.
Turn to weather.
Pretty nice night out there tonight.
Yeah, you know, it's not a bad nice night, or not a, well, anyway, whatever.
It's not a bad night.
Nah, not bad. All right, let's talk a little bit. We've got a warming trend on the way, but some interesting numbers, too. So we'll get into that in just a moment, but it's 52 degrees in the metro. East-southeast winds at 6 miles an hour, and temperatures for the most part tonight will continue to cool, and you get up tomorrow morning with some relatively cool readings, especially across the north. We're in the 40s and 50s right now. Down to the south, 40s and 50s at this point. And looking at satellite and radar, there's not much to get excited about right now, and this is what's eventually going to lead to our warming trend. You got a ridge of high pressure sitting to our west. That's going to slide over for tomorrow, and temperatures begin their rise tomorrow and really end up being warm across the area here by Thursday into Friday. There is the chance at a few showers, especially over mountain sections each afternoon, but that's not going to be a huge deal. And then eventually we're going to get back into the storm track by the especially early and middle portion of next week. What's interesting is the pattern changes that we've seen here and why they're important to us. If you remember during the winter, we had high pressure locked up over California, and that was sending storms scraping through New Mexico. Not a bad pattern at all. In fact, the northern mountains did well, the northeast did well, and even here in Albuquerque, we were above average for our overall precip setup. So it's the kind of setup that worked okay. Not great for everybody. You guys in the southwest didn't see as much action. Now we're seeing a total change for the spring. We're starting to see a trough setup off the west coast, and this too is pushing storms in, but it's pushing storms in a different way, more squarely over the state, exactly like the storm that we saw this past weekend. So believe it or not, even though we're seeing some similarities, there are some differences too over the winter setup and now our spring setup. Each setup gives us storms about every 10 to 14 days. Really not too bad for us. Our next storm's going to come in about next Tuesday. But here's the deal. Storms tended to move much faster in the winter setup, sliding down that ridge. Now they move much more slowly. Remember, we had our storm Saturday, Sunday, into Monday. So that gives you an idea of what we get with this spring setup. Spring storms tend to impact a lot bigger portion of the state. Over the winter, we were getting storms over 30% or so of the state. Now we're getting them over 60% or so of the state. And finally, usually wind's a big factor with those winter storms. It has not been a big factor this spring. We have not had horrible winds. So that is some good news. And in fact, as we look at the drought monitor, we went out a couple of years because we're nerds. And that's what we do, and that's what we dedicate our lives to. Check this out. April 2013. Look how much severe drought we had across New Mexico. A year later, a year ago, we still had severe drought across the east and some here in the metro area, but improvement, and then even more improvement now. And by the way, we're getting our new drought numbers on Thursday, which should show even better than this in 2015. Things are getting better thanks to what's going on in the Pacific and general pattern changes here, which are really helping us to back the drought off. Let's go region by region. Mostly sunny and warmer temps across four corners, including Durango and Pagosa Springs for tomorrow. Meanwhile, across the northwest, lots of sunshine, 76 in Farmington, 71 in Grants, and 74 out in Gallup. Down across the southwest, plenty of sunshine, temperatures for the most part in the 70s. And then we're into the 80s by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Over to the southeast, sunny and much warmer here, and the jump continues on Thursday into Friday. We're going to eventually end up in the high 80s. Northeast, cool start and then mostly sunny. Now look what happens on Friday in Las Vegas. Chance at a shower or two. That's a little cold front that's going to nose into the northeast. Not looking like a big statewide storm, but a couple showers will be possible. Bigger statewide storm is possible Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. 68 in Taos. 58 in Red River, 61 in Angel Fire tomorrow. Down into the East Mountains, mostly sunny and mild conditions with temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Chance at a shower by Tuesday. And finally right here in the metro area. We'll top it out tomorrow with temperatures in the 70s, just about perfect. Wicked spring winds, not in the forecast in any way, shape, or form.
Nice.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Not bad, yes.
Yeah.
Some calm.
Not bad.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep.